Alright guys, welcome to my first video on the Podic YouTube channel. Yeah, this channel is probably just going to be a bunch of tier lists because, I like making tier lists. And I thought the first one I should do is the Star Wars tier list because I love Star Wars more than I love a lot of things. Anyways, so this is all the shows and all the movies that Star Wars has made. So, all right, let's go out and just, all right. So, obviously, Ahsoka has not come out yet, but I do have incredibly high hopes for this show. Ahsoka is an excellent character, and I think the show could, potentially bring back Ezra and Thrawn, which would also be absolutely amazing. All right, next we got Tales of the Jedi. So, I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I thought it was great. I thought the Ahsoka, what's it called? The Ahsoka little episodes were, not that strong, except for the Inquisitor one. But the Count Dooku and Qui-Gon Jinn ones were absolutely top-notch. I loved it. And I watched all of it in, like, 2 hours. I thought it was amazing. Okay, Visions. All right, let's just... Fucking terrible. Let's just be real. Oh, I haven't even seen it. Oh, it's just terrible. I know for a fact it's terrible. Don't even have to talk about that one. Next, we'll do this. I have seen it, unfortunately. I watched it when I was a child, and this shit sucks. Yeah, it's just pretty bad. There's not much redeeming qualities about this one. Yeah, not much to say there. Okay, Andor, I also have not seen. I've heard it's one of the best Star Wars projects that have come out, but I just haven't had the time to watch it. And I think I'm going to try and commit to watching it after this, but I still have not watched it, so can't really commentate on that. All right, next we'll do Bad Batch. I thought it was okay. I have not watched the second season, I won't lie, but Bad Batch, I have not. I mean, I liked it. Crosshair was really good, and I liked Wrecker. Wrecker's probably my favorite character, but I don't know. Omega was just really annoying, or Omega, whatever. And yeah, she was really annoying, and overall the show wasn't that strong, so I'll just give it a okay. Next, we have, what else? Boba Fett. All right, this is pretty controversial, but I liked Boba Fett. I thought it was an incredible show. Well, not incredible. I won't give it that much, but it was a very good show. I did love... Boba Fett has always been one of my favorite characters, and the fact they made a show about him was pretty good. And, some people are like, oh, it's just Mandalorian Season 3. Yeah, okay, for a little bit it was. I won't lie. But the Mandalorian is also also a top-tier character. Amazing character. So the fact that they went into him and to bring him back for that Rancor fight scene, a Rancor in a fight, was just absolutely, honestly, the best idea they did in this show. So that was really good. Speaking of The Mandalorian, we'll just rank that now. Absolute S tier. One of the best Star Wars projects, by far. This is better than everything on the list so far. But yeah, The Mandalorian, I did not have high hopes for it when it first came out. But honestly, one of the best shows ever, honestly. And it's just really fucking good. Okay. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay. This one, kind of controversial, but I'm going to put it at great. Behind Tales of the Jedi, because, however, the first 4 episodes were kind of, I wasn't that excited, but the last 2 episodes were absolutely incredible. I will not lie. The last episode almost brought me to tears. The fight between Anakin and Obi-Wan was absolutely phenomenal. And Vader pulling a ship out of air, like out of space, oh, that was just badass. So yeah, that was really good. And I don't know, I just really liked it. Okay, the last show on here is gonna be the Clone Wars, and obviously S tier, above Mandalorian even. Best show Star Wars has produced by far. Honestly, the last season, heartbreaking. Everything was just absolutely phenomenal. The Anakin was brought to light in a much different way, which made fans love him. Obi-Wan was incredible. Ahsoka was incredible. Maul was incredible. Savage Opress even was incredible. Padme was, delved into a little bit in this show, which was amazing. Cad Bane was introduced. Asajj Ventress, Count Dooku, General Grievous, Yoda, Mace Windu. I could go on and on and on. But, this show is just absolutely incredible. All right, now we're into the movies. And I think I'm going to start with, all right, let's just get the Clone Wars movie out of the way. Won't lie to you guys, haven't seen it. I have not seen the Clone Wars movie. Please don't murder me, but I've not seen it. I've always been meaning to watch it, just never have. Let's see. My thing cuts off at like 4 minutes or 5 minutes, so I might have to cut that off. Sorry. All right. So yeah, I think we're just gonna go in order here. So we'll start with number one, The Phantom Menace. Okay, good movie, above Book of Boba Fett. All right, some people don't like the politics side of Star Wars, and I won't lie, I understand why. But I personally really like this movie. Not one of the best, I won't lie, but it was a good movie. Okay, it was not a bad movie. It gets boring at sometimes, but Qui Gon Jinn was an absolute phenomenal character. Top 10 characters for me. And Darth Maul, excuse me, was top 10 villain. Oh my god, my earbuds just Jesus. Uh, Darth Maul was an absolute top notch villain in this film. He didn't have many lines, but he was incredible, and he did kill Qui Gon. And he did come back to be one of the greatest villains Star Wars has ever seen. So great way of introducing him as Palpatine's apprentice. Okay, next, Attack of the Clones. I will also put this as a good movie. Above, oh, come on, go. Okay, above a Phantom Menace. Yeah, some people say the lines are cheesy. I won't lie, I agree, but I don't care. The Battle of Geonosis, one of the best Star Wars fights of all time. Incredible fight. You know, I liked the chemistry between Padme and Anakin, even though some people didn't say they didn't. And Ewan McGregor chasing down Jango Fett, of the most dangerous bounty hunter in the galaxy. Incredible choice for this movie. And all right, Revenge of the Sith. I won't lie to you guys. This is the best Star Wars project I have ever seen, ever. This is the best movie of all time, in my opinion. This is my favorite movie ever. And I just love this movie so much. If I could marry it, I would. Every single acting performance in this movie is absolutely incredible. I love this movie ever since I was like 3 years old. This thing is just absolutely incredible. Hayden Christensen's acting in this is the best he's ever done. The fight on Mustafar, incredible. All the lightsaber duels, incredible. And the battle on Mustafar was, don't even argue with this, best fight in Star Wars of all time. And just the betrayal of the Jedi, Order 66, Grievous in this, Count Dooku in this, Palpatine, all the villains, Darth Vader. There's 4 different villains in this whole movie, and no one talks about that. There's 4 villains, 4 main villains at different times. This is the craziest, best, most phenomenal movie ever to be evered. Okay. Next, we got A New Hope. I won't lie to you guys. I'm not a huge fan of this movie. I think it's better than Phantom Menace, but not better than what's it called, Attack of the Clones. I won't lie. I love the introduction to Vader, and Obi-Wan's death is obviously incredible at the hands of his brother Anakin. Well, not his real brother, obviously, but you know what I'm saying. And yeah, Luke blowing up the Death Star at the end using the Force was just incredible. Okay, next we have Empire Strikes Back. Second best Star Wars movie of all time. Yeah, this is just an incredible film. Vader revealing to Luke that he's his father after just the biggest plot twist probably in movie history. And, Boba being introduced, great character. Han getting frozen in carbonite, not knowing if he lives or dies in this movie. Lando, an introduction to a great character, Lando. The Bespin and the Hoth scenes are just incredible. Luke finding Yoda on Dagobah and just getting trained by Yoda is just phenomenal. And when Yoda lifts that X-Wings out of the pond, I get chills every single time to this day. Just incredible movie. Okay, Return of the Jedi. I don't know why I spaced out, but this is the third best Star Wars movie in my opinion. Great movie. Not much to say about the first part. I mean, okay, the first part was very strong. I loved how they rescued Han and killed Jabba. I love how Leia killed Jabba also. That is one of the nicest touches I've seen. But, in the middle, it was kind of weak, and then it gets super strong at the end when Luke fights Vader in the throne room, and it gets super emotional, and Vader learns that Leia is his daughter. And just all the emotions that must have been going through Vader's head at that point. Like, he tortured his own daughter without knowing. And that must have... that's honestly the reason I think why he not let Luke win, but Luke won that fight. Because he just was so distraught. And Vader's just turn back to the light at the end, incredible. Also, the only other time I think I've cried in a movie was then. But yeah, great way to end off the original trilogy. Okay, now we're just getting into... Oh God. Okay, Force Awakens... I won't mind. It was an okay movie. It was good. I'll put it at the back of good. Yeah. This is just... It was literally a ripoff of A New Hope which is why I put it so far below it. But, you know, it was honestly a pretty good movie. Kylo in this movie was a pretty good villain. Snoke was so mysterious at the time, too. Like, what I remember watching just videos of who Snoke could be. Like, I thought, you know, it was a pretty good villain, like a mysterious villain. And Hux, kind of weak. Phasma, I had very high hopes for, but was, you know, thrown in the trash compactor, which I thought was a nice touch to Han's character. But other than that, kind of just decent movie. All right, Last Jedi. Worst thing that has ever come out of Star Wars, in my opinion. I'd put it worse than here. The way they did Luke was terrible. The way they just Rose was a terrible character. Finn was just a literal traitor to the people he betrayed for. Yeah, Rose was terrible. Finn was terrible in this movie. BB-8 was probably one of the best characters, and that's saying a lot. Admiral Holdo, I hated. The way they just literally just froze Leia, basically, for the whole movie was very cool. I will say, the only cool parts of this movie were the fight scene with the Praetorian Guards, which I thought was... I'm not saying it's a good fight. I'm just saying it's a good or not even a good choreographed fight. A good-looking fight. A good cinematic fight. And the way Leia finally used the Force in a movie. That was the only good things I will say about this movie. Oh God, Rise of Skywalker, Jesus Christ. Also terrible. Yeah, I'll put it above this though. Honestly, the fights, it was fun. It was better to look at. That's the only reason it's going above it. You know what? Actually, the line somehow Palpatine returned puts it at the back. I just can't with that line. It's so stupid, and they couldn't even think of a good way to explain it. It's just Palpatine has returned. Like, that's so stupid. Like, anyone who actually likes this movie can't even lie. That's a really stupid thing to say. But yeah, the end was cool, but I just wish they brought back Anakin because he's my all-time favorite Star Wars character. And if they would have brought him back, I probably would have cried as a Force ghost. All right, and then our final thing for this tier list is going to be Solo. I think it's okay. I honestly can't remember much of the plot, but I do know Han was a stormtrooper and got separated from his girlfriend, and then he found his girlfriend again. But I thought it was a good movie. I thought, you know, the backstory of Han Solo was pretty cool. But yeah, there's my tier list. Yeah. So this is my first video on YouTube, so I don't expect this to get a bunch of views, and I know the mic quality is really bad, and I'm sorry for that. But if you guys did enjoy this and want to see more, please like and subscribe, and in the comments, say, you know, other tier lists you'd like to see. I will try to do them if anyone does on the off chance happen to comment. That'd be great. But yeah, there's my official Star Wars tier list. Thanks, guys. Catch you in the next one.